We have a fun one tonight. Falcons, Eagles, offensive line play. Excited to dive into this one. I love good offensive line play. And the Falcons came out there and they dominated an Eagles front that I think a lot of people were expecting them to struggle with. And they said, hey, put some damn respect on our name. And they gave Bijan all the room he needed. They gave Algier all the room they needed. They gave Cousins time in the pocket to operate, which is why we saw him have such a bounce-back performance late in this game, because the pass protection was phenomenal. We're going to break into both the run game and the pass game. We're going to kick it off where they really put their stamp in the run game. So right here, inside zone, kind of got a brief double team, and then you're looking for Matthews to peel off and get to the second level. Same thing over here. Get that double team, get off to the second level, backside. McGarry's ISO'd, and then Kyle Pitts is ISO'd. And then you're going to see Drake London with a big block, get an upfield, just looking for work, man. This is what it's all about. Find somebody to block. Find someone to block. This is bread and butter, inside zone. Running back's making his read if he wants to go right and left, inside the tackle box, making these reads. And he just does a phenomenal job fighting this cutback. So right here at the snap, inside zone, right? He can go right here. He can follow behind Dahlman, where he can see this cutback lane. He sees it. Pitts does a great job holding up. Here's Drake London. Get it upfield. Letting this be a big play, big hitter, and it starts on the perimeter. It starts with the offensive line. Great play. Big play action shot over the middle. Drake London. What are we doing pass pro-wise? We are leaving a tight end one-on-one outside, peeling McGarry off late to give him a hand. What this does is enables us to get some 3-on-2s across the line or some 2-on-1s. And anytime you have a double team, numbers-wise, it just helps out, right? And now this is really predicated on trusting our tight end to hold up. You can't get beat off the bat. You get beat off the bat, we're in a bad spot. But he does a great job holding up, giving us time to complete this throw over the middle. Route concept-wise, we'll talk about it pretty briefly, but I want to focus more so on the offensive line. But it's important to understand what we're trying to do. Seen this route called a lot of different things. Some people call it a pylon. He's just booking it across the field. Pair it with a corner route. You got Drake London coming over the middle. Pretty bread and butter. The big end off the play action shot. You see it all the time across the league. Kirk, I think he can put a better ball out here. He was self-critical after the win, talking about how he needed to be more accurate. And, luckily for us, he was on time and rhythm late in this one. So we were able to get the win. But right here, we're going to talk pass pro. One-on-one right here. Jake Matthews is designed to be one-on-one, but what I like what they do here is they got the double team with Dahlman and Bergeron, and what they're really able to do is kind of have Bergeron come off here and create this wall. Eventually Jake Matthews drops back, and the wall is kind of 3-on-2. You love to see it. Right here, initial double team, and then McGarry's able to peel back and hope is tightened out. So this is a great job, dealing with it up front, making good stuff happen, holding up in our one-on-ones, giving Kirk time to complete this pass over the middle. Offensive line, just continuing a phenomenal day, holding up in their one-on-ones, communicating with each other, getting these opportunities where you're 3-on-2, 2-on-1, just plays to your advantage. Next one here, once again, under center. I think the offensive line does a great job holding up. I think, Cousins would probably admit to playing this one a little too fast, getting a little too skittish for no reason. He had all time in that sort of pocket. I think he could have tried to hit Pitts downfield, but he gets to Algier check down. Nothing wrong with that. Algier gets upfield, makes a good play. And then pass pro-wise, we're just going to talk about how, we manhandle them. And this is what it's all about on the offensive line. At the end of the day, you have to hold up one-on-one. We not only hold up one-on-one, we whoop their ass up front. And that's the sort of ball I love to see. Lindstrom sends Jalen Carter to the dirt. That's the best guard in football. Don't let it get twisted on you. That's the best guard in football. So right here, not too crazy pass pro-wise. Double team. I like this. We talked about it last week when I was doing my offensive review. Giving Bergeron an extra hand because he's just a younger player, not quite as, reliable and well-known. Got Jake Matthews one-on-one outside. We can always trust this guy. We've been trusting him since the day he was drafted. Caleb McGarry one-on-one outside. Kyle Pitts is kind of in position where, this guy's not really sure if he's chipping or not. He ends up not chipping. He gets out there. And then you have Lindstrom on Jalen Carter. And just watch the best guard in football work, everybody. This is what it's about. Tries to hit a little swim move, put his ass into the dirt. And Caleb McGarry, what's that you doing over there? They were playing on your name last week, man. Get over here, put his ass in the dirt. Kirk Cousins hits the check down. It's a great play. I love seeing offensive line put people in the dirt, man. That gets me excited. Next one here, going to be focusing on two players in particular. We're going to be focusing on Drew Dahlman and also Chris Lindstrom. In particular, how quickly Lindstrom is able to get upfield, hit this cut block at the second level, really spring open this run. We'll also take a second to talk about, design-wise, what they do, pairing this with this screen kind of alert play. So off the snap, you'll see down here at the bottom, you kind of have 3-on-3. We don't like these numbers for a screen. When you're throwing a screen, you always want 3-on-2. So we don't alert to this, but what I imagine is there's probably a built-in mechanism for Kirk Cousins if he likes how it looks outside. Say they're really cheating inside, and you just think you have the angle to maybe throw a quick swing screen, and you think, well, if he's playing more inside, we can hit Drake real fast, and we have faith that our two are going to block your two, and we have a screen option there. Don't like the numbers here. Don't blame them. Instead, we pass it off to Bijan here on the run, and he makes a great play. But really, it's predicated on what I think Lindstrom does here. And he is so, so good. I really cannot reiterate how good he is at getting upfield in a hurry, hitting these second-level blocks. So outside zone, basic principle, everybody's blocking kind of towards the direction and picking up any man. So you're going to see Lindstrom get up here to this linebacker. You're also going to see, Dean trying to force this back inside. But because, Lindstrom makes this cut block, it creates this big lane right up the middle, and Bijan takes advantage. So let's watch it. So right here, already making the cut block before the ball's even in his hands, man. That's crazy. He's so quick getting upfield. Then right here, Dahlman's able to kind of wash him out, create this lane. Bijan hits the cut back. There's a flag thrown. I'm fairly certain that flag was picked up. So that was a phenomenal one by the offense, getting upfield in a hurry and making some good downfield blocks. The big completion to Mooney. Eagles go 0. We tell them, get the hell off our field with the big post throw. This is how you have to punish these teams when they send 0. And what do I say when I mean 0? It means there's no deep safety help. So how do we let this play work? It's really Bijan, because I'll be honest, this is one of the few reps of the game I thought the offensive line got beat a little bit. It's going to happen eventually. You're not going to be perfect every single down. But concept-wise, let's look what we got. We have an in, and we got the big post. And that's all it takes versus 0. There's nobody back here. Now, they're not presenting it like 0, but they're sending these guys screaming downhill, and we're gonna have the result end up being with Bijan in here, stepping up, making the big block, and then down here you're going to have basically stick flat with Kyle and London. But this is a great throw from Kirk. Because this is one of the opportunities I don't think pass pro held up quite as well as you would have liked to see. But this is great from Bijan. First of all, this throw isn't getting off if Bijan doesn't catch this blitzer. Gives Kirk enough time. He makes a great throw, knowing there's no over-the-top help, punishing them. Do not send 0 at me. I will make you pay. And Mooney with the front flip, I love it, man. So right here, Bijan, just crack him. Give Kirk enough time. Phenomenal throw. He's toast. It's a touchdown. It's a huge, huge play. Might even be season saving considering this was such a big play in a game that we really needed to win. So phenomenal job from the running back, helping our pass pro out, and great job from Kirk punishing the 0 blitz. All right, got a good one here. We're going to look at Drake London setting the example as wide receiver 1 on how we want our perimeter to block, getting upfield, giving a damn about the run game, hoping your running back out. Because you get upfield and you try to make these blocks, you're letting your running back get another 6 or 7 yards, and that's so, so big. And it's so, so easy because all you got to do is care. And shout out to him for doing that. So what are we doing offensive line-wise? So tight end ceiling here, we're going to talk about Drake London. He does a good job getting upfield, making this block, occupying space, creating lanes for Bijan to work. You're also going to see Jake Matthews doing a great job. Bergeron getting upfield, kind of looking for somebody to block. You're going to see Dahlman. He's helped out here because the defensive tackle shoots the inside gap. And then you're also going to see Gary and Lindstrom do a good job kind of handling this off-screen corner, screaming downhill. McGarry's able to kind of peel off, get just enough on him that you're able to see this go for a big run. So that's what we're doing up front. Let's go ahead and watch it again. Focus on Dahlman here. Get in the seal. McGarry, get in a hand on the corner. Give him that push. Bijan has a lane. Bergeron occupying this. Giving Bijan the cutback lane. Drake London, guess what? He gives a damn. He's making blocks downfield. Because he's making blocks downfield, he just blocked 2 guys. What does that allow Bijan to do? Get an extra 6 or 7 yards. So congratulations and thank you to Drake London, wide receiver 1 on this team, setting the example on the perimeter of how we're going to block in the run game. Fun one here. Drake London in motion, and we're going to have Ray as the lead blocker in split flow inside zone for Tyler Algier. It's a good 4-yard gain in the red zone. Nothing wrong with that. That's good, honest, blue-collar football. Sort of thing I love to see. Blocking-wise, up front, everybody's kind of blocking in this direction, and the goal is, with this misdirection, to kind of get all these players flowing this way, and you're kind of creating kind of a wall with your offensive linemen. It's also big for Kyle Pitts to hold up here, and you're also going to see Ray, obviously, lead blocker, coming in motion, getting through the gap before Algier. Starting this way and then following along. So I think it's a great design. It's a good change up in the red zone for our run game. It's important that you don't get predictable in what you're doing. And I think the offensive line does a good job kind of washing it all one way. So we'll see that as we play it. Clear that. Right here, you kind of see the wall. All these players are just caught up in the mess. Now he makes a really good job coming over, and you have the safety in position. Ray. It's easy to say if he goes for 32 here, it's probably a bigger play. But, he's looking for work as soon as he comes through the hole. I don't blame him for who he went to. And it's a good 4-yard game. I like the design. I think it's fun. Sending Ray as our lead blocker for Algier, I'm for it. Got some more inside zone. I think Drake London and Kyle Pitts both do a good job here, helping create this kind of cutback lane for Algier. You get him going one-on-one with the secondary. I like our odds. So, off the snap, what are we doing? You're going to have everybody coming down. Good double teams. Jake, his job's kind of hold up here on the edge. And then Kyle Pitts, thank you, man. This is what I like to see. You drive his ass all the way over here. You create this lane. If you're listening, man, this play works because of you. Great job. Drake London gets up here. He's also looking to block. I love it, man. This is what we need to see every Sunday. It was a Monday night, but you know what I mean. So right here, it's the cutback lane. It's a great play. Drake getting up here on the second level. Algier, head of steam. Get that man on the ground. Extra couple yards after the hit. Great job from the offensive line and great job from the perimeter players getting some good blocks. Another one in the red zone. Bit of a disappointing miss. I think you had an opportunity to score 2 touchdowns here, 1 to Drake. I also think we had a chance to score 1 to Kyle Pitts. And, pass pro-wise, I think it holds up pretty good. Like, in my opinion, Kirk Cousins needs to, manage this pressure better and make a good throw and hit the touchdown to Kyle Pitts or Drake London. So what do we have concept-wise? So off the snap, you got Drake London running a bit of a hitch. This throw, in my opinion, is there. You have an over for Ray, and you're going to see Kyle Pitts coming up, kind of faking outside and hitting the return route, which ends up being open. So, Drake, I think this throws here. So right here, he's looking at it. I think he sees this linebacker and just comes off it very quickly. That's fine. It's hard playing quarterback out there. But I don't think he can miss Drake. Not Drake, but Kyle Pitts here. That pocket to me is holding up. You certainly can't just toss this away. I think you need to put a better ball to Pitts and get a touchdown. But offensively, offensive line-wise, we do a good job picking up this stunt. So you're going to see right here, they have him coming over, and then they're going to send their edge inside. And now we do a great job picking it up, like I'm talking about right there. In position, picking it up, great pro. There's a little bit of pushback, but I don't know. I think we can make that throw. Got another outside zone run. This time, Charlie Warner getting involved in the run game, getting some good blocks. Drake London also getting to the second level, making some good blocks, giving Bijan time to tightrope the sideline and turning, what could have only been 4 or 5 yards into a pretty big one. So we send the motion man. Offensive line-wise, everybody's just blocking down, outside zone, standard stuff. And Charlie Warner here, great job kind of winning right here. And what he really has a good feel for is how long he needs to occupy this player before getting to the next level. So he's able to make 2 big blocks that kind of give Bijan time to tightrope it down and then Drake London able to come up here, seal the second level players, and it's a big run. So great job from the offensive line right here. Kind of standard issue stuff. McGarry's on him, but Charlie Warner here, just wonderful job, giving us time to get Bijan outside and get to that second level perimeter player. Got a big screen call here. Really caught me off guard during the game, which is the sign of a great screen, I think. And I want to focus on not just Lindstrom, but really Ray here. Putting up the fight downfield. This is what I love. This is what happens when your number one wide receiver sets the standard for perimeter blocking. Drake London, he's out there making blocks. Why the hell won't I? So great job by Ray. They're letting the defensive line kind of leak through. Kirk Cousins does a good job navigating this mess here, getting the ball over to Bijan. Lindstrom's already downfield. Bergeron, he's looking for somebody to block, but Bijan cuts it outside, so he doesn't really have the opportunity to. But look at what Ray's doing. This game has made me such a fan of Ray. He's done a phenomenal job. We got him lead blocking. We got him blocking on the perimeter. We got him making big plays down the field. I love it. Keep that man on the field. 2-minute drill, we're going to look at what we do pass pro-wise to help our offensive line out. In particular, Kyle Pitts here chipping, Bijan chipping, and then you're going to see, down the field, Pitts is rewarded, getting the ball, getting a big first down. Great play by him. Concept-wise, it looks like they're doing a bit of a post and an end. It's not really there, so Pitts is just an easy check down option. He makes himself available. Great job after the catch, getting that first down, giving us another set of downs. So what am I talking about offensive line-wise? And concept-wise. So Pitts giving him a big old hit, and he's releasing and hitching it up. You're going to see Drake London. It looks like an end to me. It's run as he has his heads turns. The ball's already thrown, so he might have just the ball's already in the air. There's no point keeping running. You got a big post. So the same thing we hit Mooney on, we're kind of running here, except of course it's not zero. Then you're going to have a hitch. And then what they're also doing in pass pro is they're using Bijan, bump his ass, get out to the flat. So concept-wise is what we're doing. We're focused on the pass pro. I think they do a good job picking up this stunt. Lindstrom does a great job in particular. Kirk makes a great throw in this 2-minute drill. We all know how it ends. So I had to highlight at least one or two plays from this drive. So again, Kyle Pitts, big push inside, passing off the stunt. Lindstrom giving Kirk time to move. Kirk makes a good readjustment, good ball. It's phenomenal. I love it. That's how you help your offensive line out in pass pro. And, that's both the quarterback, the running back, and the tight end all working together to give the offensive line a hand. Once again, one of my big criticisms last week with the game plan was the lack of hope for the offensive line. And now, while the offensive line, I think, held up really, really well this game, one-on-one, there's no denying that when we look at the tape, because you're looking at the same tape I am, we did a much better job setting them up for success. 2-minute drill here. We have Ray and Kyle Pitts chip blocking. We have Bijan releasing through the interior, so if there's any flashes of color, he's going to be able to pick it up. And we still get the big completion downfield on the corner route right here. It's phenomenal. Ray even has a big part in this because we're chipping him, and then we're releasing to the flat, and that pulls down this corner, and it creates this big, big window. And then backside, we had Drake London on an in route, along with Bijan releasing kind of through the middle as an over the middle hook. So phenomenal job from the coaching staff, setting us up in a position to succeed on the offensive line. We talked about this a lot in my Week 1 review of the offense, not setting the O-line up for success. This is how you set your offensive line up for success. Let's look at the ends. Chip. Look at Bijan. Oh, he's coming through this interior gap. So if they do any sort of stunts here, Bijan's going to be able to give him a hand. And then we have all day to throw, and we get a phenomenal job from Kirk here, getting that throw out there, seeing the field well, and this was really the big kind of game changer. So, my overall thoughts for the game, I thought the coaching staff really, reflected on what I think they did wrong Week 1. We ran way more play action. We did a much better job putting our offensive line in positions to succeed. We really varied our run game. We varied some of our passing concepts. But at the end of the day, I also think the players just played a whole lot better. From bottom to top. We had perimeter players out there blocking, offensive line hold up in their one-on-ones. Kirk Cousins doing a much better job helping out his offense, both receivers and offensive line, with better throws, with better pocket presence, and of course coming up clutch down the stretch. So amazing win, probably the most exciting win we've had in a while, and my pleasure to break down the film for that one. So see you next time.